SANDAG meeting taking place today, and many things were discussed, from the budget to a street allowing beach access in Del Mar. Joining us now to discuss is SANDAG board member Terry Gaasterland. Terry, always so good to see you. I love our bi-weekly SANDAG updates. How have you been?
Good. Yeah,
and
good to be here.
Yeah, that's good. I just learned that your name is Teresa.
Yes,
so
Terry is short for Teresa.
So TNT time. So what happened at today's meeting?
Well, today's meeting was jam-packed, and it went on until almost 3 o'clock. It was a long meeting, but regarding the budget, there were no surprises. It's a $1.3 billion budget for this next fiscal year. And you may recall when we discussed the draft budget, today's was the final budget, I voted no for Del Mar because when the draft was discussed, this beach access got defunded in the board discussion. So today I voted abstain because we're a little bit closer, I think, to the SANDAG engineers kind of being on board with making this beach access happen sooner.
And paint a picture for us of what that beach access looks like, where it's located.
Well, so here's the photo right now, and what you're seeing is these pilings. See where those rocks come down at the bottom of the bluff, right behind those pilings?
Yeah.
That's a beach access that's been there for nimble people who are daring to, you know, hike down that trail for over 100 years. And that's going to be buried behind these seawalls.
Okay. So
that's going to be a major change for the entire southern part of the city. Over 25% of the households, all the visitors who come and and park in that area and walk down to the beach, they're not going to be able to get down there for a while.
Okay, I was reading a little bit about the plan. So it's $1.3 million. Billion. Billion. And there's 200 projects within that plan. What other projects? I know you can't list the 200 projects.
Well, there's 200 projects in the plan, and they range in size from $300 million to study the tunnel to finishing Otay Mesa East next phase, and that also came up today in the meeting. So Otay Mesa East is really making progress. We got a report on that.
Yeah, what is the latest with the toll road 125 and those customers, those drivers that were kind of getting impacted by being overcharged?
Yeah, our meeting was so long we continued that item. But the goal is to figure out what's the process to remove the tolls, at the very least for local people who need to drive on SR 125 in order to get from one place to another on that toll road. So separating out perhaps local use from through use, especially from the freight that's using it as it comes across the border.
All right, well, we talk about so many challenges with SANDAG and with some positives. What are some positives, some takeaways that our viewers can hear? We need some positive news from SANDAG.
Well, it was really fun. Otay Mesa East, Mario Orso, he is going to be the new CEO starting on June 17th. He's been the lead person on this several billion-dollar project, and he had a team with him there today, fantastically capable people in charge of this new border crossing. So the border crossing is going to be owned by the General Services Administration, that's federal, and it's going to be co-maintained and operated with Mexico. And there was a huge challenge. It's been a hurdle for a while. How do we get 10% of the toll revenues, yes, tolls again, over to Mexico for the Mexican government to maintain and operate their side of the crossing? Well, it turns out it was Mario Orso who had the idea. Put toll readers on both sides, and that way the transaction can be lodged going northward in Mexico, and that technically enables Mexico to receive their portion of the dollars.
Wow, a lot was discussed and so many projects ahead. Thank you so much, Terry Gaasterland, for being here, sharing what happened at the SANDAG board meeting today with that $1.3 billion plan that was approved.
Big budget.
All right, Terry, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
You're welcome.